Hey, what's going on, Poké fans? Welcome back to the Path to the Peak YouTube channel. In today's video, we're looking at deck that won GGtoor Chill TCG Showdown number 5. $1,000 cash tournament, first place, got 250 US dollars. And what is so special about that tournament is the fact that actually 3 single strike Urshifu Umbreon decks were in the top 3. And also in the top 8 we also had Calyrex Alchemy. There was also 2 Inteleons with a Dragapult, as well as Urshifu Inteleon and 1 Leafeon Inteleon deck. Me and my friend also played on that tournament, and we managed to get in the top 32 with our CGI Inteleon build, which is pretty decent achievement, especially when you see that there was more than 300 players playing it. So this deck is very powerful, mainly because with GMAX 1 blow, single strike Urshifu can hit for 270, but with some extra single strike energies on it, it can go for even more, a lot more. Where on the other side, Dragapult was pretty popular meta that day, and Umbreon VMAX didn't have too many problems against it because Umbreon would just simply one-hit knock it out anyways with that Max Darkness, where on the other side Dragapult wouldn't stand a chance, especially due to that Dark Signal ability as well. And those baby Houndooms with single strike roar also power up. Either way, Umbreon VMAX, Umbreon V, or if it's necessary, single strike Urshifu VMAX, or even single strike Urshifu V with those single strike energies, which provides fighting and darkness energy, but it also provides extra more 20 damage when they are attached to single strike Pokemon. The only downside of the Houndoom ability is the fact that you need to put 2 damage counters every time you use that ability. So this deck list is pretty much a standard, I should say standard, single strike Urshifu deck list, built with consistency and with power. So deck plays 1 copy of Crobat for the Darkest set, 4/4 line of the Houndoom and Houndour, as well as 3 Umbreon V and 2 Umbreon VMAX, featuring 3 single strike Urshifu and 1 single strike Urshifu VMAX. Additionally, for the Pokemon search, we have 4 copies of Quick Ball and 4 copies of Evolution Incense, 1 of each Ordinary Rod, as well as the Switch plus Tool Scrapper, and then 4 Urn of Vitality and 4 Tower of Darkness, which allows us to draw even more cards as long as we have single strike card to discard from our hand, in addition to draw 2 extra cards. Speaking about supporter cards, this deck plays 4 copies of Research and 4 copies of Marnie with 2 copies of Ball SSH. You really don't need more than 2 because you already have 2 extra in that Dark Signal ability. Additionally, deck plays also 2 Air Balloon and 1 copy of Tool Jammer, so we can simply jam our opponent tools so they won't be able to take advantage of the tool card, and also 4 copies of Single Strike Energy, Capture Energy, and 2 regular Fighting Energy cards. So pretty much interesting deck list with only 1 copy of single strike Urshifu VMAX in it, and that was more than enough for the victory on that tournament. Comparing to some other older deck lists where some players actually played 4 copies of single strike Urshifu with 2 VMAX, some also played 3/3 line. This was, in my opinion, very risky with only 1 copy of it, but at the end it proved that you really didn't need more than 1 at that tournament series. So yeah, that is the deck list. Right now I will jump to the quick deck test, so you can see how this deck works in action. So if you already didn't, you should consider subscribing to the channel for more videos, hit notification bell so you don't miss any future video. Let's go to the game test so you can see deck in action, so see you in the game. Alright, so let's try to play a quick game with this deck so you can see how it works, how good it is, and the concept of the deck. So I'm starting with 2 single strike Urshifu V, which is definitely not the best start especially with the rest of the cards in my hand, but at least I top deck Marnie, so I think it's gonna be okay, at least I hope so. Problem with the Suicune deck is that Suicune can attack turn 1 easily with help of Melanie and Energy Attachment, and then you can use Blizzard Rondo and hit for a lot of damage. Unfortunately, this deck list doesn't play Single Strike Scroll, so we cannot take advantage of it and hit for 1 energy card our opponent Suicune, which is going to be a bad thing. Oh, so he missed to attack turn 1. Okay, I can Marnie him now, and I can draw Fresh Hand, which is again nothing too special. Yeah, I discarded that Marnie, which was a very bad call. I hope that I have Crobat, so I really wanted to keep that Evolution Incense in my hand. That was a very bad call. Really wanted to use that Evolution Incense for 2 Houndours, so I can have 2 Houndooms in play. Hopefully he can Marnie me on the other side. Or we can top deck something anyways. So level ball into Drizzile. Drizzile could potentially be for boss's orders in this case, so he can apply a bit pressure to single strike Urshifu. Or it can be for some sort of draw support, maybe even a rare candy into a Ludicolo for extra 100 damage. Actually it's for the Melanie. Okay, so you can power up another Suicune on the bench, draw 3 extra cards. Melanie is a very powerful card. You can attach water energy from your discard pile and simply put it onto one of your water Pokemons on the bench. It actually needs to be... actually, it can only be... It can be 2 NEV Pokemon, but it needs to be water energy. They limited Melanie only to Wii Pokemons. Welder, as example, was a card that you could potentially use on any Pokemon, even EX, GX, non-Wii and stuff like that. This is a interesting situation here. We are getting that Tower of Darkness, which we will... There we go, there is a Umbreon, and I can add one of the energies and one Capture Energy for another Houndour. I can retreat, and I can beat down for 120 damage. The reason why I decided basically to attack was simply because he could then just pull the boss's orders and catch me with the boss's orders. Right now he can hit for 100 extra damage, so at this moment he is hitting for 100, 80 to 80, 300 damage. And if he can find that Inteleon, then he can also knock me out. If not, next turn I can even knock him out with the Houndoom, for example, or I can simply just beat down one more time. So he decided to retreat to the fresh HP Suicune. instead. Okay. And he is definitely trying to get that Inteleon in play. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it. But 120 damage from Inteleon will be more than enough for the knockout in this case. And we have a quick ball. Do we want to use that quick ball? I don't want to retreat. I just want to get that fighting energy so I can one-hit knock out that Suicune, which I managed to find. Then additionally, we'll try to prepare my Umbreon VMAX for the next turn. And the good thing is that he will knock my single strike Urshifu out and with Inteleon pink, then take 3 prize cards. And then he will basically, I will basically promote my single strike Urshifu to the active spot. I might even consider putting that. Yeah, I will probably just bring my single strike Urshifu so he can take 2 more prize cards. And then I will return knockout with my Umbreon VMAX if everything went okay. And then the only card that I will need will be another Inteleon VMAX so I can simply catch another Suicune from the bench to the active. And that's pretty much all I need to win this matchup. And if there was a reset stamp in the format, he would probably take 5 prize cards, and I would probably be able to reset stamp him down to like 1 card, and without that benched Suicune, he wouldn't have a chance to recover anyways. So there is a Captures bucket. I will definitely Marnie, no question about that. I will definitely Marnie him. So there's the knockout. The only question is, if he hits for 180, 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it really doesn't matter. I could potentially just put a Houndoom in the front, but then he could simply try to ping with 3 Inteleons my single strike Urshifu and take the last 2 prize cards, which I really don't want to do. And he can theoretically do that, so there's the 1 Inteleon, there are 2 Drizzles, so theoretically he can, or maybe he can't, because let's say that this deck plays only 2 copies of Inteleon, but still, there's the Suicune that he needs to find a way to power up next turn. He will also need the boss's orders as well, so he won't be able to play both boss's orders as well as the Melanie in a single turn. So I think I actually did a good call in this case. We shall see. So I do have 2 copies of my Umbreon VMAX. I just need to draw one of them. So far I didn't. And I basically need to reduce my hand as much as I can. So Urn of Vitality. Let's go with another one as well. and Marnie. I have enough for the knockout, there's no question about that, but if I cannot evolve, I'm probably going to lose the game, and luckily I can evolve, which is a good thing. So there's the Umbreon VMAX. And right now I'm knocking out my opponent's Suicune, which basically means that he needs to use Melanie, and if he uses Melanie, or Raihan in case, he cannot use boss's orders. He doesn't have another Ludicolo, and the max damage he can do at this moment is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is like 160. So he decided to promote Inteleon in the front. Probably he will try to power up that Suicune on the bench. Where on the other side, I have something like a Quick Ball, Capture Energy, Air Balloon, as well as Crobat for 6. And I can also draw 2 extra cards with the Tower of Darkness. So probably I'll be able to find either way whatever I need. Probably a boss's orders or another Evo Incense or maybe Umbreon VMAX for the knockout. Oh, he plays, okay, so he plays Escape Rope. So Escape Rope actually bring him a victory here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 190. That's actually enough for the knockout. Even if I put in another Umbreon on the bench, that would just be even more damage. Anyways, so I actually needed just another copy of Umbreon VMAX in this case, so I could just survive the damage output from that Suicune. Even if I didn't put 20 damage, it wouldn't matter anyways. So that Escape Rope actually, that Escape Rope at the end was the MVP card, so I completely forget about Escape Rope situation there. So yeah, he had one Escape Rope, so at the end he won the matchup. But anyways, it was a very good matchup. Unfortunately, when you're trading 3 prize cards for 1 prize card, it's a really sad story. But maybe if I allow him to knock the Houndoom out instead of the single strike Urshifu that turn before, I would actually had more chance to win the game at the end when I think twice, because then I could trade for Escape Rope, for example, another Houndoom, and that would actually bring me a game. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel for more videos. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck list. And yeah, as always, till the next time, have a nice day, and we'll see you next time.